This is true. I mean, listen, you have a lot of hacks to get a PenFed loan. And in today's conversation, I want to talk to you about the PenFed Loan Approval Process. 6 things you must refrain from doing so you can get approved. Okay, 6 things you must refrain from doing so you can get approved. I want you to stick around till the end of today's conversation. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee, or tea, or vodka. Now let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to speak to you about the $50,000 PenFed Loan Approval Process. 6 things you must refrain from doing so you can get approved. Before I get into the nitty-gritty, I want to give you an overview about the loan. What are we talking about? So you need to understand the PenFed loan, okay? And everybody knows that you can get a PenFed loan for everything. For debt consolidation, for home improvement, for transportation, for medical and dental, for life and events. I mean, anything that happens, you can actually take a loan from PenFed to actually take care of that, okay? Now, what are the features of a personal loan from PenFed? Well, if you are lucky, you can get an APR that is as low as 6.74%. That's just wonderful. Okay, of course, you got to have good or stellar credit for that, though. So 6.74%, that's the APR minimum. And you have terms up to 60 months. We're speaking about 5 years here, okay? And loans up to $50,000, okay? And if you have a less than stellar credit, you might not get the 50K, but if you get 20 grand or 25 grand, that's good anyway, right? And so what we love about this loan from PenFed is that it has zero fees, no early payoff penalty, no origination fee, no hidden fees. I mean, if you care about that, I mean, most people don't care about those fees, but if you are one of those who really care about those fees, then I have good news for you. PenFed does not charge any fee at all, okay? So what's really the process? How does the whole thing work? Well, you can actually pre-qualify for this loan. That's what we love about this PenFed loan, because you're not risking anything. If you do a soft pull, that's kind of fine. I mean, they have a link on their website so you can actually check your rate without affecting your credit score. That's just wonderful. That's just fantastic. We love that. And so you check your rate, okay? So that's a soft pull, and you select from multiple pre-approved offers. The cool thing is PenFed is going to give you multiple of offers, and you choose. And if you pick one, they will do a hard pull at that time, and you can receive your money in 1 or 2 business days after verification. Okay, so big decision time, boss. Big decision time. Do you understand the PenFed loan approval process? Okay, and have you done the soft pull already? Have you checked your rate? If you're interested in getting this loan, I want you right now after this show, I want you to go check your rate. Number 2. Now let's talk about the application. So I promised you, I'm going to share with you 6 things you must refrain from doing so you can get approved. Okay. So application, you got to familiarize yourself with information required on the application form. We are speaking about the PenFed loan application form. Very, very important. Okay. I mean, there are some documents that PenFed will require from you, and you got to be comfortable. You have to understand those documents. First of all, let's talk about the loan application itself. If you apply online, it will take 5 minutes, okay? And they'll ask you for things like your name, address, phone number, date of birth, social security number, okay? And so it's pretty straightforward. Make sure that you are aware of the proof of identity, your ID, your driver's license. They will ask for your passport if needed, your state issued ID, certificate of citizenship, birth certificate, military ID, social security card. So every kind of ID. So you have to, depending on the branch that you're applying at, they might ask you for different types of ID. Okay, they might ask for proof of address also. Oh yeah, and you might have to satisfy that requirements by providing any of the following: utility bill, lease or rental agreement, mortgage statement, proof of insurance on your home, lease rental or vehicle, voter registration card, property tax receipts, bank or credit card statements. Okay, and the cool thing here is that even if so to boost your chances of being approved, you might want to consider a co-signer. Or I mean, PenFed does not allow co-signers, they allow co-borrowers, so you might want to try that too. Or you can choose a secured personal loan from PenFed also. And there are other information that you may need to actually be part of the whole application process. They might ask for your credit score, or they will check it anyway, but they will ask you to put whatever credit score you believe you have. They will ask for the loan purpose. Yeah, sometimes they ask that. So I was talking to you earlier about the different loan purposes that you may have for this loan. But just be truthful though. Don't lie on a credit card or loan application ever. Whether you apply with PenFed or another credit union or another bank, you never want to lie. You want to tell the truth. What do you need the money for? Okay, be very truthful. Are you looking to maybe finance a wedding, or are you trying to do a home renovation project? Whatever it is, just tell the truth. So the second thing you must stop actually making on your application so you can be approved is we are talking about employment. So be ready to verify employment. It's important just to, just saying, hey, listen, I work this job, whatever, it would not cut it. It would not cut it. You got to be in a situation where you can actually verify your employment, your job history. Okay. And we're talking about being able to maybe provide a letter of employment from your employer. Okay. Or you're able to, whatever it is. Now, one thing we love is that if you're able to provide a series of documents, you will be able to actually verify not just your employment, but also your pay. But I'll speak about the pay in the next section. So to verify employment, you might want to think about your W-2s. Yeah, your W-2s are kind of cool. Okay. Or you might actually provide your pay stub. Yeah, this is definitely fine. And or you can actually, if you don't have job, if you are unemployed right now, you can have an unemployment benefits letter. Okay, so the whole thing here is that you need to understand that you need to verify your income. Okay, you need to verify your employment. And if you don't have a job, you have to be able to explain to PenFed where you get your cash from. In other words, you got to have income from somewhere, because otherwise, why would they grant you the loan? Because, they're thinking about covering their ass too. I mean, something happens, you can't repay. You are going to, they have to go through the whole collection shenanigans. They don't want that. So they want to actually cover their ass. They want to mitigate risk. So the whole thing is be able to provide actually, I would say, evidence of employment. And if you cannot provide that, you got to think about your income, your cash flows, your liquidity situation. Okay, because you're going to repay the loan with cash, and PenFed wants to understand where the cash is coming from. And one thing I want to say here is that about employment, it doesn't matter whether you're full-time, part-time, seasonal, cyclical, whatever the job, temp, whatever the job you have. As long as you have income, as long as it is a little stable, because the last thing you want is to have employment that actually ends every 2 weeks or every week, whatever. No, there has to be a pattern of longevity. Okay, it's important to have that longevity so that you can tell PenFed, listen, I'm actually applying for a loan for 5 years, and in 5 years I'll still have a job. Okay, so this is important. So here is a winner strategy. A winner strategy for employment is to actually have your W-2, your pay stubs, or your employment verification letter. Let's talk about the pay. So if you're applying for the PenFed, the 50,000 PenFed loan, and you want to have a fast approval, be ready to ascertain income. Okay, in the last section, I was talking to you about being able to ascertain employment. Here, you want to ascertain income. And again, when we talk about income, we're not just talking about income from work. You can derive income from many sources, many sources. Okay, a lot of folks, some people don't even have a job. They have what's called passive income. So you're just lying around, you're just chilling. You're a couch potato, very lazy ass, but you're making money. I mean, that's what some people love it. I mean, I don't love it. I want to wake up every day and go to work, and I mean, I feel some sense of accomplishment in doing that. But some people just love, having or you can even have a day job and still have passive income, right? So the bottom line is you need to be able to substantiate pay. Okay, when we talk about income verification, PenFed must be able to verify your income through pay stubs, through your tax returns, through your W-2s and 1099s. Oh yeah. Your 1099s can also prove your income through bank statements, from PenFed or another bank, or another credit union. Okay, so the bottom line is you need to be able to substantiate everything through your bank statements, and also they might ask for an employer verification letter. So the employer will have to let PenFed know how much you're making and whether or not you are working with them. Okay, so those are things I want you to think about. Now, if you are self-employed, okay, this is important. If you're self-employed and you are looking for a 50,000 PenFed loan, you can verify your income with the following documents. We're speaking about bank statements, 1099s, and income tax returns. Okay, very important. Now, one thing you need to understand is that if you want to find your pay stubs and tax forms, you want to log into your payroll provider's online database, or you can contact your human resources or payroll department. Okay, because you don't have to struggle to actually find that data. If you basically can contact the right persons, you should be able to find the situation very clear. Now, one thing I need to say about the pay: if you have direct deposit, into a PenFed account, this pay and employment verification process goes away, because PenFed already has information about your pay. They see it every week, they see it every 2 weeks, they see it every month, so they can actually analyze, hey, listen, this person is making so and so. Of course, this is assuming that you actually direct deposit 100% of your salary within a PenFed account. I want to talk to you about repayment. You got to have a repayment strategy. Yeah. The funny thing is, a lot of folks, they actually apply for a PenFed loan or any other loan for that matter, and they have no idea how to repay the loan. What's up with that? Hey, what's up with that? Now, I mean, let's just sit down for good and have a conversation about that. You have to be able to manage your personal loan. Hey, hello. Anybody home? I'm talking to all of y'all here. All of y'all must listen. You need to have the proper repayment strategy. Build your budget, because the thing is, you want to have a clear idea of where your money goes. So you need to know where every dollar goes. Okay, so this is important, and decide where to put your money. Because you're getting a loan, okay, you're going to spend that on something, but you need to have a strategy about repaying it, and you have to decide where your savings are going. Are you putting extra cash in your savings account for rainy days, or are you just spending everything? Okay, and simplify your payments. Sometimes PenFed will offer you an auto pay discount they'll just shave 0.25% off your APR or 0.50% off. If they don't offer this in all branches across the country, but if they offer it at your branch, you want to seize that. Okay, and if you want to, if you have, let's say you currently have a loan, right, and you are looking to refinance, this could be a possibility, because you can use the PenFed loan as a refinancing option. Okay, and one thing I also want to say here is that when we talk about having a budget, we're also thinking about, you need to project yourself. You need to think about 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 1 year from now, 5 years from now. If the loan that you got has a maturity of 5 years from now, you got to have this sort of prospective analysis about your finances and about your life. Not just you, but also about your children if you happen to be in a relationship. Okay, so here are a few pro tips when we talk about repayment. Please have a budget. I don't care how you actually construct the budget, whether you do it in Excel or you do it manually or use an app, but you need to have a budget. So you have a clear idea of how much you spend for your family, but also how much you're going to have to actually allocate for the PenFed loan repayment. Thank you so much for your attention. I will be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere.
I know
Welcome back, folks. I'm still talking to you about the PenFed Loan Approval Process, and I'm still speaking to you about 6 things you need to stop making. And one thing I want to say is the DTI. You need to stop ignoring your DTI. Okay, you need to be in a position where you calculate your DTI and make sure it's as low as possible. Okay, I mean, when people talk about DTI, everybody automatically thinks about your debts. It's true, but you also have the other part, your income, right? Your gross income. And the thing is, when we talk about DTI, your debt payments are important. Okay, but your income is not just your day job. It's not just money from your day job. You might, as I said earlier, you might have passive income. So you are actually banking. You are generating revenue from multiple sources. So you got to take that into account. Okay. So to calculate DTI is very simple. You just divide your debt payments over your income. Okay. But make sure that you keep a low DTI, because lenders will actually they will make their decision. Lenders, including PenFed, though, they'll make the decision based on a constellation of criteria, including DTI. And if you have a DTI below 30%, we have seen some people having 25% or 20% DTI and still not get a high loan amount. So the bottom line is, if you want to have a high loan amount, trying to reduce your DTI as low as possible, okay, as much as possible. And so you want to pay off existing debts. You want to boost your income with a new job, pay increase, or a side hustle. Okay, don't apply for a new credit or loans, and don't slow down on paying your debt to save for a loan down payment. Instead, pay off debt faster before saving and applying. So overall, this is what I want you to think about. So one thing you need to think about here is that when you get a PenFed loan, or even before you get a PenFed loan, if you have a clear idea of what you're going to use the money for and how you're going to repay it, you will see that everything will just happen. Your FICO score will go up. You'll have a better relationship with PenFed, which should be the goal anyway, right? I mean, you are part of this credit union. You're getting loans. You're getting credit cards. You're opening checking accounts, savings accounts. So the whole thing is that you have to be able to enjoy the benefits that your relationship with PenFed brings. I want to talk to you about the number 6. So basically, we are talking about the things you have to stop making so you can increase your chances of approval. So stop applying online. You want to gather the paperwork required for application and apply at a branch. Okay, now if you don't have a PenFed branch in your vicinity, it's okay. You can apply over the phone. But the thing here is that you need to understand, when we talk about a PenFed loan approval process, you have the underwriting process. And in the underwriting phase, you will work directly with a PenFed underwriter assigned to your loan. So that underwriter will verify and analyze documents submitted during the application phase to determine accuracy and credit worthiness. Okay, so one thing that PenFed actually underwriters do very well is that they actually complete a cash flow analysis and full review and analysis of other pertinent financial information related to your application. So it's important to really think about that. And so, because the whole idea for the PenFed underwriter is to understand your story. Okay, they need to understand how you got where you are today and your plans for the future. Okay, so I want you to think about your PenFed underwriter as your best advocate. Okay, they will assist you throughout the review the review process. And one thing you also need to think about when we talk about, so once you pass muster, once you actually once you're comfortable with let's say your documents, okay, they will approve it. And that's what we talk about when we have the loan closing. So you can close the loan at a branch, and preferably you want to apply and close the loan at a branch. Okay, and this is really good. And so here is the approach. Here's the approach I want you to follow. I want you to go to the branch and ask to talk to a loan rep. Okay, and again, if you live very far from a PenFed branch, you can call over the phone and have a conversation. But you need to talk about if you apply over the phone, it's not easy. But if you apply at a branch, please bring all your paperwork. I'm talking about your tax returns, your bank statements. I'm speaking about your pay stubs, anything that can actually prove that you are a legit borrower, you are a legit applicant. Okay, and one thing I also want to say here is that you need to be in a position where you can substantiate any information that you provide. Very important. Thank you so much. In today's conversation, I actually was talking to you about the PenFed Loan Approval Process, 6 things you must refrain from doing so you can get approved. I first gave you an overview about the PenFed loan, and then those 6 things they actually start with the application process, employment, pay, okay, repayment, very important, your DTI, and the PenFed branch. Thank you so much for your attention. I'll speak to you another time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.